Well, City of Omaha received good news today in the SAFER grant for staffing for the Omaha Fire Department. We received notice last evening that we were awarded the grant that we had applied for, and that's $6.8 million over 3 years. That will provide funding for salary and benefits for 18 more firefighters that will start in 2025. This is a grant that we have applied for and received in the past. Last year we applied for it. They denied our request last year, said the application was deficient. Worked a lot harder on that application for this year, and both the chief and I were quite confident that we would receive the grant, and we just received notice that we did. I know there's been a lot of discussion within the city council chambers and the union, Local 385, lately in the last couple weeks. Trying to come up with alternate solutions in case we didn't get the grant. But as with all the grants that we apply for, and I have a grant team at the end of this hall that applies for grants every single day, the best plan is to wait and hear and see if you receive the grant, and then if you didn't, make alternate plans. Now, I do want to say the Omaha Fire Department, I'll let the chief talk too, is in really good shape as far as staffing goes. We are going to have a lateral class in October of 7. We'll also have another class of 36 in November. And when they are finished, we will actually be 14 over what we are currently budgeted for, and that is to take into consideration 14 retirements that will happen next summer. So we are staffing them adequately. What we will be able to do with this additional 18 being funded with the SAFER grant is we will be able to put another medic unit and another truck into service. That would be Engine 2 downtown, and then another medic unit somewhere in the northeast, which will be Chief Bossman's decision where we'll put that apparatus. I do want to mention, though, that there was a lot of talk with the city council about ordinances and resolutions and taking money from other departments and this and that if we didn't get the grant. But the staffing of the Omaha Fire Department is up to the chief. And I take her direction when we do the budget, and we work together on the budget, making sure Omaha Fire was staffed adequately. They are not understaffed right now. And I do want to point out, since I've been mayor, we have put we put Medic 2, Medic 25, and Medic 78 in service. And we also put in our truck, engine, you call it, Engine 35.
Truck 53.
Truck 53, I transpose those, back into service without additional amendments to the budget or mandates from the council to do such things. We did it because we felt like as we looked through the year, revenues were coming in fine, and we evaluate at the time, and if we feel like that it's needed and we can afford it, we certainly do these things, and we've done them in the past. So this will just add another medic unit and another truck to be put back in service in 2025. But again, it's $6.8 million, and it's good for over 3 years. And then after that, we will just budget, put in the budget, plan for it, put into budget those other 18 after the grant runs out. Chief?
Yeah, so we're extremely excited to be awarded this grant, $6.8 million, as the mayor said. It's going to allow us to put Engine 2 back in service at our central station downtown. You can see all over downtown Omaha the growth that is happening, and this will allow our firefighters to maintain good response times. We can see the call volume is increasing, and that increases stress for our firefighters. So putting these apparatus in place will definitely help on all of those accounts. We're looking closely at the data to determine exactly where the additional medic unit will be placed. We know we have 2 or 3 sites determined. We're looking right now to decide which one logistically makes the most sense.
And Chief, as the union president was telling us, this is the part of town that needs that engine right now. How happy are you that it's going to be here and that it can support this part of the metro, this part of the city?
We're very excited. Like I said, you can see the growth happening. You know the numbers of people that are in the downtown area every week, every weekend at the Jean Leahy Mall. All of the buildings that are going up, the condos and apartments, the need is there and the growth is there. So this will help us provide the service that all of those citizens need and deserve.
And we're planning for the future here too. I mean, I look out the window and I see Central Park Plaza being redeveloped into over 700 apartments that are not open yet. I could see the Mutual of Omaha skyscraper going up that's not open yet. So we plan for the future also. I know the chief will agree with me, though. The Omaha Fire Department is not short-staffed, and we would provide the apparatus and the equipment and the employees that they need. And so, saying that they don't have enough downtown at this time, I would say isn't accurate. I'd say that I follow what the chief says, and we staff what we feel like we need. And for the apparatus that we have out there now, we are fully staffed. In fact, we will be overstaffed for about 6 months. So this is not just for right now, it's in the future. Calls have gone up, but I think what the Local 385 president was talking about, I heard him quote one time over 100%. He was looking way back in history. I mean, he was looking at over the past 20 years or even more. And so I think we see some growth, but some years we don't see that much, but we are preparing for it in the future. Just like we're preparing for building a new police precinct downtown. We've had 4 police precincts for a long, long time, one in each quadrant of the city. Since I've been mayor, we built the 5th one out in Elkhorn, but we recognize that in the future, because of this growth, we will need another one downtown, as well as another place to dispatch fire downtown. So we're planning ahead for the future too, and we will make sure Omaha Fire is always adequately staffed. And remember, too, as far as their equipment goes, that's another project we're working on with Omaha Fire, and we have a plan to replace all of their apparatus at a cost of about $44 million from the City of Omaha. And so a lot of that's coming out of the general fund. So we look at their response times all the time, and we want uniform response times all over the city. So that's why we're looking at building another fire station eventually out west, because we want to make sure that the entire city is covered adequately.
When 2028 rolls around, if the fire department says, can you keep us at the budget to maintain the same level of staffing that we're now getting with this SAFER grant, can you assure them that in 2028 they'll get that same level
Oh,
of funding?
absolutely. We've already said that. I already said and committed to the union, to the council, and to the chief, if we did not receive this SAFER grant this year, that I would commit to adding those 18 more in the 2026 budget. But it could have been in 2025. We could evaluate the situation. If our revenues were coming in good and we felt like we could afford it at the time, we could have actually put that either the truck or the rescue unit back into service if things were going okay. So we just kind of take it as the year goes along.